All right, let's check out this survey everybody's been talking about. Epic 7 survey added. It's so cathartic to see this, right? This has been the number one thing that we've been asking the community managers for to like push up. It's like when you say we're canceling FCC's buffs after reading every single piece of feedback you sent in, and we're like, what feedback? What feedback? What feedback did you read? Where did you see this? What was it from Stove? Was it on Twitter? Was it just Korean social media? Did you look at Discord? Are we talking direct DMs? Did you watch YouTube videos? You know, where's this feedback, this esoteric feedback that you're listening about? We said, look, if you want feedback, how about you ask the community for feedback in the form of surveys, in the form of polls? We're pushing really, really hard that balance patch announcements come with polls. What do you think about these changes? Rate on a scale of 1 to Naked Sirmia where you think this unit is going to be after the buff. Let us know what you think of it. That way they get the good and the bad, because nobody leaves a positive review anymore, right? You sleep in a hotel room and it's just an adequate experience. You were comfortable, you have no complaints, you get in the car and go home. You don't fill out the card letting them say, here's straight 6s across the board, everything was adequate, I'm satisfied. You only do it when you are insanely excited or when you are really, really angry, and usually you do it when you're really, really angry. So yeah, most of the comments are negative. People are doomers, people get all upset. This gives them a way to actually gauge the community. Find out how satisfied we are. So we really push. Please do more surveys. Please do polls on the Stove post. Give us ways to circulate this information around so you can actually get a feedback from the community. They used to do this all the damn time, and then they just stopped. And since they've stopped, that's like the window. That's the Smilegate never listens to us window. That's we're just screaming into the wind because they never listen anyway. So I'm really glad to see them starting to do surveys. Epic 7 is celebrating its 7th anniversary this year in August, but true. We are extending our deepest gratitude to all heirs who have stood with us with unwavering support. As we move forward, we want to hear your valuable feedback and make the game even better. You can access the survey through the link in your in-game mailbox. Love it that it's in the in-game mailbox and not just posted hidden on Stove. That there's ways to get to it for people in the game who don't know about Stove and other media sites. Epic 7 survey. Move to link. There it is, guys. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, English. Okay, let's get into the survey. Next question. Epic 7 survey. Thanks. Feedback. Crucial. Participation. Design. Consent. Using personal info. Prima nocta. Mother's maiden name. Social security number. Got it. Yes, I am 21 years or older. This survey is for heirs who are 15 years or older. If you're... What? This survey is for heirs who are 15 years of age or older. Are you 20? What is the most important factor for you in Epic 7? Multiple selection. Now, a lot of these seem to be selecting 2 or more. The reason for this is to make a heat map, right? It doesn't mean they're going to like pick the most voted for thing and go for it, but it lets them see the spread. And if they see like the majority of the people were in these 3 and then there's no one down here, they'll probably work for these 3. If they see everybody wanted this one and then everything else was kind of even keel, they'll probably just do this one. So it lets them develop a heat map. And the way most most companies use this kind of data is they'll go to a whiteboard and they'll section it into 3 columns. Shit that's easy to do, shit that's hard to do, and shit that's really hard to do. And then they write all of the ideas, all the ones that are top rated, and sort them into the columns. And then they say, we'll do 3 of the easy, 2 of the moderates, and 1 of the hards. And that gives them a good way to move forward with how they're going to do their development time. Then they flip the board over, and there's the who asked column, and that's where they put their own stuff in, right? That's typically how this stuff goes down. So don't look at things and go like, man, I do all of these. I think all of these are great ideas. Just pick the 2 that you think are the most important. And I want to encourage you one thing. If you guys could just do me a solid here. think about the health of the game. What's most important? What is the most important factor for you in Epic 7? I know it says for you, but think about what's best for the health of the game. When they say, what would be your favorite collaboration, don't say, I would really love them to run Guilty Gear again because I missed out on Jacko. That's not the best thing for the game. That's the best thing for you. Get what I'm saying? Try to think about what makes the game better, because if the game is better, you will be happier in the long run. So what's the most important factor to you in Epic 7? Most important factor. Hero design and appearance I love. I love the story and lore. PvP balance. Remember, they're going to be thinking about PvP from a gaming standpoint, not what you consider PvP, right? Epic 7 is going to consider PvP to be any content where both sides of the screen have units that are owned by players, right? So when they say PvP, they're talking about Banner Arena, they're talking about Guild Wars, they're talking about RTA, okay? All of that. Whether or not you consider Guild Wars and Arena PvP or not, you know, they aren't saying if it's not real time, it's not PvP. They're going to say if you're fighting against a unit somebody else owns or built, it's PvP. So PvP balance, battles, PvE content, sense of progression and growth. I think there's already a pretty strong sense of progression and growth. I don't exactly know. You know, the battle, I don't think any of us do the fights and go, God damn, the battle system in this is the tits, man. This makes Dark Souls look like trash, right? Most important. As much as I like the story and lore, I don't think it's most important to me. Hero design and appearance is really important, right? Really important. Honestly, I'm putting PvE content. I know this doesn't surprise any of me being like the PvE guy, but let's be real. PvE is what gets people into the game. It's what gets people hooked on. It's what makes people stay. PvP is just something to do for when you guys are kind of locked in on the game already. Nobody joined this game to jump right into RTA. Well, I wouldn't say nobody, but few. Next page. Oh, and please pick your own choices, guys. Don't freaking ape my choices. Come up, you know, let them know what you think. What's your overall satisfaction with Epic 7? I'm dissatisfied. I mean, legit. Let's be real. It's getting better, but it's not been good for a while. If you selected dissatisfied, what's the main reason? That limited non-game content. Nah, there's plenty of that. Excessive grinding requirement. Nah, it's actually pretty standard for the genre. Too frequent pack sales. I don't really care. Monetize the shit out of your stuff. Lack of communication about future updates. Yes. Insufficient updates and no promise of what's in the future. Only recently do we ever even get a roadmap. What aspects of recent in-game events need improvements? Multiple selection up to 2. Recent in-game events. More variety in the new events. I think they've been doing pretty good with this. From Rhythm Surfer to the Biblis Garden to the Senya running around tactic style. I mean, it wasn't all for everybody, but they're really trying to like do more variety, so I like that. Better event rewards. You know, they only recently have started giving us level 88 gear instead of level 78 gear, and that's great, but can anybody tell me what the hell's this? I mean, it's great that it's not 78 gear, but what the hell is this? None of this makes sense. None of this makes sense at all. It's like they said, hey, ChatGPT, make us the most stupid piece of 88 gear you can possibly think of in the game. So, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Better rewards. Just better rewards. Simpler event mechanics, nah, it's fine. Lower missile different, nah, it's fine. Nah, this is it. I just think just make the rewards better. Not even more generous, just... I don't care if they're more generous, just less stupid. Make them less stupid. Which past events would you like to see rerun? Moonlight Hero Recruitment, of course, is the most insane thing ever. Craft Your Gear event is really, really good. Goblin's Treasure Storage, I think, is incredibly important to newer players. The Epic Dash event was madness. Special size stories, I could take it or leave it. Okay, we got to whittle this down. Okay. Hear me out. I'm going to be big brain on this one, guys. The metagaming answers are that. Metagaming answers. There is zero chance they will not do the Dash event again for their 7th anniversary with how well it went, with how much money it made them, with how much shit spiked through the roof. There's zero chance that they won't just do that already. And a Moonlight Hero recruitment event has happened every single year and has made them mad money and is a staple thing. There's no way they don't do this again. But Craft Your Best Gear event, that shit needs to happen more often because I love that. And Goblin Treasure, going back to what is the best thing for the game, this lets new players get into the game right away. Instead of saying you just got to go farm Wyvern 6, use that level 54 gear to try to get good enough to get to Wyvern 10, to get that level 70 gear, to get good enough to finally do this lets people jump into the game, pull their units, and boom, they can jump in and start doing content. So I like it. So this is going to be my answer. You answer what you think is best. In all reality, this is the most important. This is what we would like to see return. But, I mean, come on. We don't have to ask for that. That's just going to happen. I think the Goblinus treasure should be either permanent or, you know, I understand AI bloat. There's only enough room for so many buttons, but it should at least come back maybe during free on equip events or maybe with buff events. This should happen often enough new players have access to it. And the Craft Your Best Gear event, man, I just love that. I think that keeps people in the game. It's unexpected. That's what I'm saying. Please share any additional thoughts about Epic 7 events or updates. Any additional thoughts about Epic 7 events or updates. There we go. Thanks for not making any more 78 gear, and please just give us more teasers to help build hype for what's coming up with roadmaps. Okay, we're done, right? Oh, whole other ass page. Who is your favorite Epic 7 hero, excluding collaboration heroes? Okay, so why are they asking us this? Why are they purposely saying excluding? So what are they planning to do with our favorite Epic 7 hero? Which aspects of heroes do you value the most? Which aspects of heroes? It's glad that they let us select up to 2, because we can pick the left one and the right one, right? Illustrations, model and design, cutscenes, performance and stats, story, lore, voice acting. Okay, you know what? I mean, when the voice acting is bad, it's really bad, but pound for pound, the voice acting has been pretty good. There's been some questionable choices. A lot of the stuff, I think, is more to be blamed on the director than the voice actor or actress, but this is pretty good. Lore and story, again, are really nice. I love it, but we're talking about what's most valuable to me, and it's a tap-tap-booba waifu collector game, so the modeling and design, I think, and the cutscenes. Ooh, performance and stats. I mean, I'd be lying if I said it's all animation, right? We pull for utility. So I'm gonna go with this. What do you find most satisfying about Epic 7's heroes? Most satisfying? I mean, performance and stats and modeling and design, right? I mean, it's the same question. What do I value the most and what do I find most satisfying? Kind of weird. It's kind of saying the same thing, but I don't know. What do you find most unsatisfactory about Epic 7's heroes? What do I find most what do I think needs to be improved the most? Cutscenes could be improved, and how is lore and story different? I guess story is like playable in-game content, whereas lore is like maybe stuff that's written on their page, like, you know, Kitty Clarissa being turned into a cat against her will. But there really hasn't been a story about it yet. I'd like to see them step up their story kung fu, right? Eulogy for a Saint was amazing. Nostalgic Music Box event was amazing. The Tori story so far has been amazing. There's been a lot of stories that were really kind of lackluster. Brieg's story was hard to read. So yeah, I think they could step it up a notch on the story, and they clean up the cutscenes better, right? Tori's cutscenes are not good. Feel free to share any additional thoughts about Epic 7 Heroes. Okay. Buff redheads. Oh, damn, there's more. Okay. How do you engage with Epic 7 story content? I skip it. I occasionally read parts of it. I do. I read everything. I'm a lore head. Please rate your overall satisfaction with Epic 7 story content so far. I mean, I'm just going to say neutral because it's really hit and miss, right? Sometimes it's freaking amazing. You know, Tori, Nostalgic Music Box. Sometimes it's Brieg or Fenris. And sometimes it's just like a, okay, so yeah. Okay, which type of story content in Epic 7 do you prefer? Main story, unrecorded history, side story, including Book of Memories, Moonlight Theater. Other side stories, Arena, Labyrinth, Specially Changed Reputation, other. I think the arena story is one of the best stories in the game. If they're going to make an anime, it would either need to be Eulogy for a Saint or Arena. Which Moonlight Theater would you like to explore more? Pirates! Pirates, everybody say pirates. Pirates and Sirmia. Pirates and Sirmia. Say less. What aspects of Epic 7 story do you find most appealing? What aspects of the stories do I find most appealing? Hero relationships is kind of fun. Compelling and unique hero characters. Yeah. Immersive storytelling. Yeah. World building and lore. I think they need to give us more lore and world building. They did a really good job in chapters 1 and 2, and then they kind of let it slide away from chapter 3, and they said, fuck it, we're doing something completely different for chapter 4. And then they touched on greatness with chapter 5, and then they went, nah, psych, it's more racism. So it'd be nice for them to get back into world building and lore. What aspects of Epic 7 story need improvements? Hero relationships need more depth. Compelling character appeal. Uncompelling character appeal for heroes. I don't know about that. Insufficient hero background information. Height. Birthdays. Birthdays. Just say it. Just say it. You guys are unhinged and should be on FBI watch lists. I'm checking it. I am checking it. Dialogue and voice acting. I think the dialogue and voice acting's fine. I think sometimes the directors get a little bit, yeah, not so good. Complex or confusing lore. Nah, the lore's pretty straightforward. Episode length. I think it's fine. Incomplete Moonlight Theater storylines. I mean, yeah, it would be nice to see them finish off some of the Moonlight Theater. Story content accessibility. My only bitch about this one is not being able to reactivate Eulogy for a Saint when you close it out. But that's kind of fucking minor, so these are my choices. Please share any additional thoughts about events. I'll put it down here. I'll put it down here. Okay, now we're finally done. So, good lord. The Duke Josh level survey. Do you play Epic 7's PvE content? Nope. Please rate your satisfaction with Epic 7's PvE content. Dissatisfied. Which PvE content do you enjoy the most? I'll get why I'm dissatisfied here in a minute, guys. Which PvE content do you enjoy the most in Epic 7? Used to be. No. Used to be. No. Used to be. Kinda. Nah. I guess it's side stories. Because it changes. It's different, right? What new content would you like to see in the future? Multiple selections. Yes. Anything that improves guild or community interaction, high on my list. Competitive and challenging content, there you go. Mini games like Brawl and rhythm games. Oh, god damn it. Hero backstory and lore content. Tiled map explorations. Yeah, no more of that, please. Multi-hero PvE content. That sounds interesting, but and hero backstory and lore related. So, here's my problem with Epic 7's PvE content right now is it's too easy. It's just it, right? Used to be you would have to jump into the game and spend months and months grinding through PvE content. People weren't done with Abyss until their first year. People weren't farming Wyvern 13 for 2 or 3 months of average gameplay. People sure as shit weren't doing Nightmare Asmocalis. Now it's like, oh, you wanna farm the hardest hunts in the game for the best gear in the game? You just have this unit. Well, who else do I take? No one. I mean, friendship farms and stuff. Just have this one unit. Well, what about this? Oh, if you got this unit, you can actually press auto and walk away from the hardest content in the game and come back and it's solved. Oh, whoa. Abyss is supposed to be the most challenging thing. Yeah, there's this guy named Sue. He literally did the entire Abyss floor using like goblin level gear and free to play 3-star units. It's gotten to the point where it's like you join the game, you do your PvE content, and now you're kind of done with PvE, and it's solved for you, and boom, now you're ready to jump into PvP content, get your RTA on and stuff. Now it's, you do your PvE content, that takes, I don't know, about a week. And now you're a week old and you're auto farming Wyvern 13. Maybe you're a month old and you've done all the PvE content. Now you're a month old. How many month-old players can jump into RTA in any meaningful sense? I mean, there's a few, but not a lot, right? The gap between I have completed all PvE content and now I'm kind of bored with the game and now I'm ready for the competitive side of the game is so freaking huge. My concern is people join the game, they play it, they master the PvE, they say, what next? They say, well, next for you is RTA. You just need all these units and 10,000 gear score and 3 units that are 300 speed. And they go, yeah, I'm just going to go play Raid Shadow Legends. This isn't it, you know? So we need harder PvE. We need more competitive and challenging content. We need Hunt 14s. We need Expo 4s. We need Super Ultra Mega Nightmare Raid with Human Vera, right? We need more stuff to close that gap down, to give people reasons to continue playing this game until long enough that they developed account that can handle RTA. So that's a big one for me. And then, of course, collaborative content, anything that gets you to work with heroes. I'm sorry, as much as I love Brawl and Rhythm Game, and as much as I want more lore-related content, these two are so important to me. Which system improvement would you like to see? System improvement, equipment presets, gear loadout, right? Gear loadouts. Effectiveness and effect resistance adjustments. You could never do this without screwing the whole ass game up. Free equipment unequipping. Yeah. This would be nice, but I really don't care. I'm sitting up here in my gilded castle where I've got enough gold and all of my units are geared, and I get for like newer players, this is a problem, right? Newer players that are like, well, I can farm Banshee, but I have to spend 600k gold to move my destruction set off of my Wyvern team and onto my Banshee team. So I get that's a pain for them, but this one really isn't that big of a problem anymore with as often as they do free unequip events. I mean, maybe it's a bigger problem for you, and if it is, you check it, but I'm over here with, you know, I farmed Eulogy for a Saint for a weekend, and now I'm back up to 60 million gold. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's more of a nuisance and something we're used to complaining about, but I think it's not that big of a deal. I think weekend unequips would be the best. But quick battling for adventure and side story, I mean, that would be nice, but who cares? Improved Penguin summoning in the Force of Souls Penguin slider, bitch. Let's go. Enhanced tooltip readability and bulk equipment enhancement. Bulk equipment enhancement's a neat idea. So I think these are the 3 clear choices. But this is the one that makes my hand hurt. And I don't like it when my hand hurts. So I'm saying that one. Please rate your satisfaction with the current growth and progression system in Epic 7. Growth and progression system. We'll say neutral. Right? I think it's okay. I think the growth is right where it should be. I'd be satisfied with growth. Progression, I'm dissatisfied. I think you can progress through the game too quickly. I think there's not enough challenging content. So I'm just going to be neutral on it because I'm good on one and kind of on the other. I think we need something to make the game compelling and repeatable and not just you get to this point and now you just auto grind farm. There's nothing challenging. You just auto grind farm and hopefully you're not sick of the game and have quit before you've got the gear to do RTA. Which in-game currency do you find the most scarce? Molagora, catalysts are easy. Equipment charms are kind of scarce. Modification gems are definitely scarce. Fuck mana stones. Don't even put those together. Garbage pieces. Equipment conversion gems and reforge mats, they're pretty plentiful. Energy and leafs are fine. Golden stigma's fine. Friendship items are fine. Current content currency. This is fine if you're willing to put the hours in, right? It's just you got to be willing to do the thing. If you are an end game player, if you've been playing for like 2 years or more, I bet you, or sorry, 4 years or more, I bet you put this. If you've been playing for less than 4 years, I bet you put this. So I'm going to be a man of the people and say I think this is better for the game, even though this is better for me. I think this is better for the game. Which growth and progression aspect needs improvement? Ooh, new equipment sense. We haven't had new... We looked it up earlier. The last time there's new equipment sets was in 2021. Like 4 years ago. Was the last time we got new sets with the KD sets. Is it time? Is it time for us to get, violence set? Evasion sets? Are you ready for that? Rylodon an evasion set for 100% dodge? Yeah. Higher grade equipment. So we're talking about level 90 no longer being a thing, right? We're talking about now you can reforge 88 gear into level 100 gear, right? Hero level expansion? No. No. This... What they're talking about here is 7 stars. What they're talking about here is awakened potential. Don't let them gaslight you into thinking this does anything but cause EOS within a year. There has never been a game that has implemented 7 stars that hasn't EOS'd as a result of it. 100% across the board. It is never a good thing. Do not. I know I said pick your own thing, but here I'm telling you no. No, here you listen to me. Because anybody that checks this box is making Arky cry. And do you want to make Arky cry? I didn't think so. Element expansion. So we're talking about what? Like adding a new element? That could be interesting, right? That would add whole new interactions, but man, that would be weird. That would change so much. Or maybe they're talking about doing, the 6th element. New effects or stats. I mean, we already get this, right? Every new unit that comes out has its own proprietary skill, right? I mean, when was the last time we had a freaking month go by that we didn't have a brand new skill? It's almost like you need a freaking, owner's manual to understand how this game works. New growth features and Guardian growth. As much as I would like Guardian growth, because how long do I have to stare at my unclaimed acquire 5th Guardian button? I would really like to see them do more with Guardians, but really, how often do you use your Guardians? Really? I mean, not often. The whole damn game's played on auto. You don't really use your Guardians at all after like a few months of the game, so I don't think that's a big deal. Higher grade equipment scares me. That's something that can really widen the gap, and I'm not sure it's a good thing. I'm going to click Elemental Expansion because it intrigues me. I mean, I could just select one, new equipment sets, but I'm going to do this. Please share your thoughts on Epic 7's PvE content and sense of progression. Okay, finally. Let's get back to doing some other shit now. There's another page. All right. Do you participate in Epic 7's PvP content? Remember, we're PvP. They're going to consider anything where you're playing against an opponent's built unit, not just RTA. So, yes, I play PvP all the damn time. How overall satisfied are you with Epic 7's PvP content? Well, Guild Wars is boring. Arena is ass. And RTA is the same thing we've been doing for almost a full year. So I'm pretty damn dissatisfied with all of it. Please rate your overall satisfaction with Arena. It's shit until you fix the points resetting. How overall are you satisfied with Guild Wars? It's boring. We've been doing the same thing since 2019. Hopefully the changes. It changes. Hopefully it's more fun and compelling, right? How overall satisfied are you with World Arena? I am really dissatisfied with World Arena because you have this elegant frenzy system and these long pre-seasons, all the opportunity to go wild, try stuff, get messy, make it insane, and then see what works and keep it engaging. Give us something to make content on. Make it fun to watch so we aren't watching the same fights over and over and over again. And you don't do anything with it. You got lightning in a bottle, and you're like, ah. Please rate your overall satisfaction with PvP balance. What PvP balance? What aspects of Epic 7's arena need improvement? Team comps relying on specific heroes? Sure. Point increase amount? That's fine. Victory points gained by consecutive wins? That's fine. Point reset cycles? There you go. Arena pass reset cycles? That's fine. Point deductions for losses? That's fine. Yeah, that's it. Hell, I don't even care about this. It's just this. Weekly point. It's so much that those are my two options. Point reset cycles and point reset cycles. I think that's all that's needed to perfect Arena. What aspects of Epic 7's World Arena content do you think need improvement? Battle Frenzy effects. Yes, you've got this amazing Battle Frenzy system. You do know nothing with it. More drastic changes preseason. Yes, for the love of God, yes. Entry for barrier for new players. I think it's not that the barrier for entry is bad. I think it's that the barrier for exit of PvE is too early. New leagues. Ooh, that sounds fun. Ban protection system. That shit needs to go. Heroes search filters. It's fine. It's fine. System improvements. Random combat readiness. They just really just said random combat. The system for improvement is randomly people are going to get CR boosts. You know what though? Do it. Try it during preseason. I think this would be terrifyingly bad, but you know what? Try some shit. Preseason it out. See what's fun and compelling. I know it's an example, but it's a little terrifying that it's the example. Play rewards. Oh my god, RTA shop. Fast changing metas. I think the meta changes fast enough, to be honest with you. I think the only thing that has stopped the meta from rotating is third pick ban protection, but that's just my opinion. Some people love it. Some people think it's essential for play. I think it should essentially be removed, and other ways to make the play more compelling should be added. But hey, I'm not an RTA expert. That's just my 2 cents. But we got to whittle this down. Holy crap. So I don't know what new leagues is, so I'm going to get rid of that. Battle Frenzy effect. You know what? I'll just roll that into more drastic changes preseason, because usually the changes are via Battle Frenzy. So ban protection system, player rewards. God damn it. You know what? I will stomach ban protection for an RTA shop. It is the only repeatable content in the game that gives no rewards for engaging with it. And that's just wrong. And anybody that says, oh, but I don't like RTA, if they give a shop, I'll quit because I'll feel compelled to play RTA, is like I feel compelled to play Arena, like I feel compelled to play Hall of Trials, like I feel compelled to play Expeditions, like I feel compelled to play Hunts, like I feel compelled to play Labyrinth, like I feel compelled to play Auto Tower. Like, you see what I'm doing here, guys? You don't have to do any of that stuff. You can just say, I don't want to do it, so I'm not gonna. You know what? Go into draft mode and press auto and get your rewards that way. It's the same as doing NPC fights in Arena, or going in and attacking once and yielding in Expeditions to get the rewards. There are always ways around it. Don't bitch and moan saying, I don't like that I'm being encouraged to play the game, and ruin it for people who are actually enjoying it and would like some rewards for playing the game. In short, don't be a bitch. What else we got? What aspects of Epic 7 Guild War content do you think needs improvement? Facing the same opponents repeatedly. You know what? I'm not going to check this because you already gave me a spoiler that you have addressed this, so that's already being fixed. You can't fool me, Smilegate. I'm not voting for this, and then you guys say, haha, we listened to you and fixed that, see? Unfair. Honestly, though, this just doesn't happen to anybody that's outside of the top 50. I think unfair matchups against guilds with larger power differences. You know what? For real, right? For real. When if you want to reset rewards when you reset the season, that's fine. But how about leave us at the same elo, so we're not just like you don't have like top 200 guilds pounding on newbie guilds that are barely even staffed. Inactive guilds, it's not okay. High entry barrier for participation, I don't think there is. Anybody can guild war. Stag meta with a little variation, for sure. That needs to be done. Excessive grinding and fatigue, unsatisfying rewards. I think this is good. I'm good with this. I'll be honest with you. I was actually kind of okay with the rewards from Guild Wars, but I just think they needed changed. I think we need some difference. What do you think is the most needed improvement to the current PvP meta? New heroes? We already have those. Like, new heroes is the way they impact the PvP meta. And I certainly don't think new heroes is the solution. Stat increases through balance adjustments? Yes. Stat decreases through balance adjustments? Did they just say nerfs? Did they just find a creative way to say nerfs without saying we're considering nerfing things? Great googly moogly. New growth progression mechanics. Okay, I'm down. It's really just this, right? What is the best way to balance PvP? Balancing the units. I'm going to take the two options that have the word balance in it. Holy crap. Please, everybody, just click this one. Even if you don't like nerfs, let them know that we're just open to the concept of it when it's necessary. Because if you say you don't like nerfs and you're going to look me in the eye and say Harseti was fine on release, Get the fuck out of my house. We got nothing to talk about. Please share additional thoughts on hero balance adjustments. Anybody disagree with me on this? We just need more. There's hundreds of heroes in the game. With balance patches coming every 8 weeks, they're balancing roughly 1 to 1.3 heroes a week. It's not a lot. It's not really having an impact on the game in a appreciable way, especially when they balance 8 heroes, 2 of them are the same hero, and then they take 1 out of the patch. That sucks, right? We should see balance patch with like all of the best balance patches, right? All the ones that people were like, this was the best patch ever. They all have one thing in common. They had the word teen after the number of heroes that were balanced, right? 13 heroes being rebalanced, 17 heroes being rebalanced. It needs to be more and faster. I know they've said several times we're trying to be cautious. We're trying to be careful about our changes. I think I can speak for the entire Epic 7 community when I say we'd like you to be a little less cautious. We'd like you to bring change a little bit more rapidly. We'd kind of be okay with that. Even if it causes a problem that you later have to nerf later, we're down. We're down. Go nuts. Go nuts. Give all rangers a 40 speed boost and see what happens for a week and then take it away. We're okay with that. Just do things that make the game new, fun, exciting, streamable, consumable, and enjoyable. Please share any additional thoughts on overall Epic 7 PvP content. Consider... You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Top pick rate, win rate units. Afternoon Soak Flan. Pick ban rate. Afternoon Soak Flan. What if they took this top 10 list? Flan, Harseti, Luna, C Phantom Poly, Imperial Ilanov, Lone Wolf Para, Bystander, Hua Young, DDR, Zeo, and BBK. Those names familiar to you guys? You've seen those names before, I bet. Maybe fought those once in a while. What if 3 of these units every week was banned, and then the following week was 3 other random units that weren't in the prior week's ban? So like this week it's no Afternoon Soak Flan, no Imperial Ilanov, no Zeo. And the next week it's no BBK, no DDR, no Bystander. And the week after that maybe it's Flan again, but this time no C Poly and Luna. And then the week after that maybe Harseti's back. I think that would be fun. And then the last week of the season, the last week of RTA season, there's no global bans. Let everybody bring their best game to go and push and get their frame, but give people reasons to play for the 10 weeks prior to the last 2 weeks of season. Give people reasons to play during preseason. Make it crazy. And don't just use the top 10, man. Go all over use different metrics, because you know what? When Harseti goes away, suddenly Zeo and Flan's usage might drop down quite a bit. When BBK, when Death Dealer Ray goes away, Oh shit, who's a good example? When young Senya goes away, maybe see Phantom Politis sees less use. Yeah, it will change up the way we play, which will change up the pick ban rate, which could change up the global pre-bans. I'm just saying, I think it would be neat, and if it sucks, then you can stop doing it. But try something. Do things that are fun and compelling and exciting, that give me a reason to want to watch and play this game and engage with it more than saying it's the same thing as last year. This is the third World Cup we're going to watch with the exact same rules and frenzies and systems. And we're going to get to the finals, and we're going to see the exact same matches. The only question is, who gets 3% harder? And it's reflected in the seasons where you just... catastrophic drop in the amount of attendance in the arena season, and only an ever so slight 8% uptick this last season. Make it fun and compelling, do things, and I like this idea. Other games do it pretty successfully. Now we're done. Please, Jesus Christ. Which collaboration hero and artifact do you find most essential for gameplay? 3F. It's 3F, right? People are going to say Rocket Punch, but it's not. It's 3F. I think it's 3F, Guardian Ice Crystal, Rocket Punch. Barely even on the table anymore. Which collaboration hero do you find most essential for gameplay? I think it's Albedo. Although Ice Crow might steal a lot of her thunder. I think the most common responses, I bet you, are going to be Karena and Rocket Punch, but I think we've just conditioned ourselves to say that for so damn long that we're used to saying it. But Karena is barely used anymore, and without Karena, other than Pillis, who's using Rocket Punch? I really think it's these two. You know, Albedo, the unit that everybody flamed me for saying she's fine and doesn't need a buff. That Albedo. Which IP would you like to see in future collaborations? Oh, boy. Who do you want us to chase? Who do you want us to look towards? Who do you want us... man, this is a tough one. I'd really like to see Nier. I'd really like to see Freerin. I'd really like to see Jujutsu Kaisen. I'd really like to see Chainsaw Man. Oh my god. It might just be Chainsaw Man because I really want power in Epic 7. I would rather... Which would you like to see most? I want the one that's going to get everybody the most hyped for the game, and I think more people would be excited about Nier than Chainsaw Man. But I don't care. This one's for me. I know I said answer with what you think is the best for the game, but I think when it comes to the collab question, man, speak with your heart. Tell them what you want. Yeah, if you want Bleach, you put in Bleach. If you want Nier, you put in Nier. If you want Fairy Tail, you're wrong and you shouldn't put that in the survey. Just answer with what you think is the best, guys. Please rate your overall satisfaction with the Epic 7 operations. Fucking hell, guys. Quit making me rate you so damn low. I think they have really gone backwards, and they really need to get their shit together. What is your preferred method of communication? Community comments from the GM, comments from community game moderators. Okay, nobody says that. Update notices? Sure. In-game mails? Yes. You want to talk to the people playing to the game, put something that's in the game that says, hey, I love that this survey was found in the game and isn't just a random esoteric stove and Twitter post. Developer notes, those are nice. Merwin nails, those are nice. Live streams, you know, they're fun. They're great public interest, and it's nice to put faces to names, but it's really not that big of a deal. Merwin, everybody loves Merwin mail. Developer notes are seldomly read. Things are seen on YouTube more. In-game mail, update notices are basically developer notes. Yeah, I think this is it for me, right? In-game because it gets the most people. And Merwin Express Mail because it's YouTube and that's going to reach the largest audience, like it or not. What non-game aspects do you feel need improvement? What non-game aspects do you feel need improvement? Notice frequency and clarity? Shit, yeah. Future update roadmaps? Shit, yeah. Game moderator, community interactions? That's it. If I can pick 2, we need them to more frequently say, this is what we're doing and this is why, and this is what to be excited for, even if it's just teasers. Please share any suggestions for improvements in Epic 7 operations. Get what I'm saying, right, guys? I mean, I shouldn't have to go to Stove to find the developer notes and then go to YouTube to find the Merowyn mails and then to check Reddit for a link to what's on Twitter to find out this announcement that was on Twitter but not mentioned anywhere else, right? Somebody's job there should be to be like, okay, if it's posted here, at very least Stove, if we want Stove to be our ground zero for information, Stove should let us know what's going on. What content would you like to see on community platforms such as YouTube? Ooh, developer interviews. We get to hear from CMs a lot, but I mean, not since Yuna Kim herself went on camera to talk to us about the progression of the game, and that was a famous interview. I'd like to see more of that. People just need to remember to not be dicks. People were dicks to Yuna Kim. Somewhere. Most weren't, but some were. Patch update notes. That's my job. Don't take my job. New hero introductions. That's Sue's job. Don't take Sue's job. Gameplay guides. That's my job. Hero story content. Yeah, sure. Hero highlight shorts. That's Valky's content. Stop taking influencer content. World lore, including Moonlight Theater. Love it. More lore. Soundtrack and background music players. We already kind of have it in game. Did you guys see this recently? That they started doing this? There you go. 1 hour of the background lobby music. In case you just want to chill to it, right? So they've actually started doing this. This is from Epic 7. So they actually started doing this. If you want to just listen, it's kind of nice for content creators who want to be able to have background music while they're playing the game, right? Yeah, where's the RTA theme? Well, you know what? If you want the RTA theme, maybe you need to check this box. But, you know, there you go. Animation PVs. Hero and story content. I mean, I don't think we really need that. World lore, including Moonlight Theater. It would be nice. I did a lore video, and it was a pain in the ass. And it'd be nice to see more of the lore instead of me interpreting it. I don't know. I'm kind of torn between these two guys. Okay. Are you interested in PvP tournaments like E7 World Cup or Creator Battles? I mean, yeah, who isn't? Have you ever watched an E7 World Cup? Yeah, who hasn't? If you watched, please rate your satisfaction with the World Cup viewing experience. Viewing experience with World Cup viewing experience. I'm just going to say dissatisfied, and I'm going to explain the rating with, it's all there is to it, right? Last year's World Cup sucked because 65% of the players got disqualified, and a lot of them were people we wanted to see compete, right? Have you ever purchased official Epic 7 merchandise? No. If you have, what item did you buy? I did not buy anything. What merchandise would you like to see in the future? That's really like what stops almost everybody from buying anything from the Epic 7 shop is they get to the shopping cart and they're like, damn, I got a ball of stuff. And they go to the shopping cart and they go to check out and it says $183 shipping. You're like, oh yeah, you know, I'm just going to cancel this right now. I don't really need my Arky mug that much. What is the main reason, or what is your main goal when playing Epic 7? Heroes and Artifact Collection, enjoying story content, obtain high score, achieving better rank in PvP, earning rewards. I don't have a specific goal, or... I mean, let's be real, right? It's the only other reason. Artifact... or hero, it's a hero collector, right? It's a hero collector centered around something pretty cool. And I enjoy the story content. I could really give a rat's ass about a high score. PvPs, I mean, all these things are fun, but they're not like why I play. So, yeah. Please share your final thoughts. Thank God surveys are. Please share your final thoughts about Epic 7. And, you know, credit where credit's due. Please be done, please be done, please be done, please be done, please be done. We're done. Wait. Thank you for sharing your feedback. Your insight will be helpful. Once again, we appreciate your feedback. We appreciate you. Freedom! All right, guys. Whew. That was a lot. Holy crap, that was a lot. Please fill out the survey. Please think about it from a standpoint of what's best from the game as well as your own personal enjoyment. If you're going to fill in the other boxes, keep it short. If you type more than 20 words into those other boxes, they're not going to read it. I wouldn't read it. Don't write them a freaking dissertation in the comment boxes, okay?